it's Paige. So in honor of the Sephora sale event that is going on right now, I thought it would be fun to film a video trying out some of the products that I have already picked up during this sale, just to kind of give you guys a little first impressions review on some things that I've picked up. I have a full face of products that can be found at Sephora, so if you guys are interested in checking any of these products out, I will have them all linked down below in the description box. The VIB sale is going on right now, so depending on what tier you are, you have a different percent off and access to the sale. I will have all of that information listed down below. I think that VIB members have access to the sale today, if I'm not mistaken, the day that I'm filming this. So Rouge and VIB should have access by the time that you guys see this video, and hopefully Beauty Insider will be coming soon. But yeah, if you guys are new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up if you enjoy, and let's go ahead and get started. First, I'm gonna go in with the Laura Mercier Pure Canvas Primer. This is the hydrating one. They have like 6 different primers. I love this primer. I actually didn't pick any primers up during the sale this year, but I do love this one, and you can find it at Sephora. So if you're looking for a nice hydrating primer, I highly recommend this one. It's very lightweight. It has kind of like a gel texture, and I do have more like oily combo skin, so I just find that this hydrates my skin and leaves a nice base for my foundation. Next, I'm going in with the Sephora Best Skin Ever Foundation. This foundation is fantastic. If you can't tell, I love it. I have it in the shade 17.5, and I believe that the entire Sephora collection brand is on sale for 30% off during the VIB event, so definitely check out Sephora collection. I feel like they're totally underrated. I am going to use the teardrop sponge from my collaboration with Bling Brushes. You guys can use code Paige for 10% off. I will have Bling Brushes linked down below as well. Look how perfectly this matches my sweater. It's always so sad to like ruin a perfect sponge. But I used 2 pumps of this foundation, one for each side of my face. It is a medium buildable coverage foundation, and it has a natural finish. They have a bunch of shades, and I am obsessed with this foundation. It's so good. I think it's like 20 bucks, but you guys can get 30% off, which is fantastic. So it's already a more affordable foundation from Sephora, but getting it on sale makes it even better. And you can see that it gives nice coverage. It looks so natural in this shade. It works perfectly for me. I am so obsessed with this foundation. Next, I'm going in with an old favorite. This is the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. I have this in the shade Light to Vanilla. I really like this concealer. It's super nice and hydrating. I also really like this shade. I purchased this quite a while ago, so this isn't something that I picked up during the sale, but it's definitely something that I would recommend. Any of the items that I'm using today that I have used, I would recommend, and then we'll be obviously trying out some new stuff as well, so I can't wait to see what my thoughts are on those products. Next, I'm going in with the Laura Mercier Translucent Mousse Setting Powder. I have loved this for a long time. This is like a cult classic in the beauty world, but I recently started using it again, and I forgot how good this powder was. It keeps my makeup from creasing. It doesn't leave a super crazy white cast like some other translucent powders do, and it just leaves your skin with a really nice like soft matte finish. I do use a lot of powder, but the less you use, the less matte you will look. It's definitely a mattifying powder, but you can make it look super natural, especially if you go in with setting spray after. I just love this powder so much, and I can't believe that I like forgot about it for so long. So I definitely recommend picking this up if you haven't tried it by now. It is so good. I use a sponge to apply it to my T-zone, and then I just use a fluffy brush to dust over the rest of my face. And I find that I can use creams on top of it most of the time. It looks really, really nice, and I have too many good things to say about this powder. It is so good. I think they have 3 shades now. They have the translucent, they have honey, and then I think they have a deeper one. But I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure there's 3 now. Now I'm using an F21 with a little bit of extra powder, or a lot, and I'm just going to set the rest of my face, and while I do that, I kind of dust off the extra powder that's under my eyes. I tend to go in with a lot of powder under my eyes just because my under eyes do crease quite a bit if I don't set them, so I go in with a little extra and then I just lightly dust over the rest of my skin, and then my foundation stays in place all day. For bronzer, I'm going in with this Glowish Soft Radiance bronzing powder. This is in the shade 01 Light. This is, I think, the lightest one that they have. I love this bronzer. I put this in my Sephora sale recommendations video. It's super pretty. It's very natural, very buildable. I love this so much, and I think this is one of the last products that I didn't pick up during the sale, so we're about to get to the new stuff, thank goodness. But I just find that this looks super natural. I do want to pick up the shade 02 because I feel like sometimes this can be like just a little bit light and it can take some time to build up, but it just looks so natural and it's such a weird texture. Like it doesn't have basically any kick up, so I go crazy and swirl my brush in there, and it's super user friendly. It's not, you know, patchy, powdery, overly pigmented. It's just super easy to use, and I would highly recommend picking this up and trying it out if you haven't already. Okay, we are moving on to the new stuff. So I'm going to be trying out this Glowish blush. This is the Cheeky Vegan Cheeky Vegan blush powder in the shade Caring Coral. I picked this up during the sale. I think it was like 20 something dollars. I'm going to use this angled brush from Bling Brushes. This is an F14 from the Starry Nights collection. And I'm just going to tap into this. I don't know how pigmented this is, but I think this is the same or like a similar formula to the bronzer, and it definitely feels like it. I assumed it would be based on looking at it. Like the packaging is similar and it just looks similar in the pan. It's like swirled and looks almost like a baked cream. I don't know. I guess what I'm trying to say is it kind of looks like clay almost in the pan. It's super unique. I haven't seen anything like this besides the bronzer. Like until I saw this bronzer, I haven't seen any product that looks like this in the pan. This definitely is quite pigmented. It packs a punch. It's for sure buildable and it looks super natural on the skin. Like it doesn't look powdery at all. It's really, really pretty. It doesn't add like an additional layer onto your makeup. It just looks like that's the natural color of your cheeks. So so far I really like this. I would definitely say it's quite similar to the bronzer formula wise, and I expected to really like it, and so far I do. Hopefully it stays on the cheeks and doesn't like disappear, so I guess by the end of the video we will test that out and see what happens. But now I'm gonna go ahead and do brows. I'm just gonna use these Kosas brow products. I love these. I've had these for quite some time. I have the, what is this pencil called? This is the Brow Pop Dual Action Defining Pencil, and I have this in the shade medium brown, and then I have their clear brow gel as well. This is a thicker brow pencil, so if you like the little tiny precise ones, this one is definitely not for you. But I don't know, I think I prefer precise brow pencils, but I actually do really like this one. I feel like this is probably my favorite thicker brow pencil that I've tried. The color works out well for me, and I feel like you can just like fill in a larger area super fast, and I already have pretty thick brows, so I don't need like hair-like strokes or anything like that. I kind of just like to fill in the tail of my brows to make them look a little bit more even. So it works for me, but if you like the skinny, like super fine tipped brow pencils, then definitely skip on this one. I really like their brow gel as well. Mine is getting kind of a little bit gross at the top, like the color from my brows transfers into the container, but it's fine. This has lasted me quite a while and I use it all the time. So yeah, there we have the brows. Super quick and easy. Next, I think we will zoom in. I decided that I'm going to use the Rose Quartz palette from Huda Beauty. I have an entire dedicated review to this. I will link it down below if you guys want to see the first look that I created with this palette. I also have another video on my channel. I forgot what video it was, but I'm wearing a purple shirt and I have purple eyeshadow. It's one of my last couple videos, and in that video I'm wearing this palette on my eyes as well. So this will be my third look with this palette. I freaking love this palette. I would like literally rate it 5 out of 5 stars. I'm obsessed with it. So we're gonna do a different look today. I'm gonna try to stick to the more neutral tones and not go like super purple or super pink. So I'm gonna try to stick to these brown shades over here, and we'll see what we can come up with. So I just went ahead and primed my eyes with my MAC paint pot in the shade Painterly. You actually can't buy this at Sephora, unfortunately. I think I got mine at Ulta, or you can purchase like from the MAC store or online at MAC. But for this eye look, I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna go into Radiate, which is this kind of grayish taupey matte color, and I'm gonna find a fluffy brush. My brushes are all dirty. If you guys saw my makeup desk right now, you would probably cry because of how bad it looks. It's so messy. But we're gonna go into the shade Radiate, and I'm gonna put this through the crease. Oh boy, we're already looking kind of pinky purple. I mean, that's kind of like the theme of the palette, like it's rose quartz, but I don't want to go overly pink or purple, so we're just gonna use the most neutral shades in the palette and see what kind of look we can get. I did like a super intense bluish purpley like deep eye look the first time, and then I did a really pretty light like lavender lilac eye look the second time. So let's see what we can do for our third look. This palette is incredible. Like, I can already tell you this is amazing. I didn't buy this during the sale. I actually bought it right before the sale because I wanted to get my review up as soon as I could. So I bought it when it launched, which was a couple days before the sale, but I would highly recommend picking this up. I've gotten some questions actually about if I recommend the Rose Quartz palette or the retro palette from Natasha Denona, so I'm gonna grab that and hold them up so you guys can see them side by side. So here is the Rose Quartz palette by Huda Beauty. Here is the Natasha Denona retro palette. I feel like people think that these are really similar palettes for some reason. Maybe it's the packaging, I don't know, but they're really not. The retro palette definitely has more like burgundy, kind of like bricky colors in it. It definitely has like pops of berries and pinks, but this is a much deeper, much more, I would say, like neutral palette, meaning it's not as colorful. Like, these are all very like wearable shades. And then the Rose Quartz palette has like purples and blues and like brighter pink tones here and like super crazy finishes and stuff. So I think, like, I get questions like, which one would you recommend? I would recommend either one or both. I think you could definitely have both and they're not the same at all. But I feel like I'll probably end up using the Rose Quartz one more just based on my personal preferences, but that's really what it's gonna come down to, is personal preference. So I thought I would hold them up side by side so that you guys could see. They aren't very similar at all, but I definitely can see like why people think that, I guess. I don't know. But seeing them in person, they aren't similar whatsoever. So it's all up to you. I think they're both fantastic palettes. They're about the same price point, so if you can get them on sale, do it. But I would highly recommend either of them. I've only worn this one once, but from what I can tell, it's just as good as all of Natasha's other midi-sized palettes. So just thought I would throw that in there. Okay, so now let's go into the shade Gratitude, which is this matte color here. And I'm just gonna start with a little bit, and I'm gonna put this through the crease as well, keeping it a little bit lower than the first shade that we used. Everything is definitely coming across as more like purpley on my eyelids than it does in the pan. Like, this looks like a brown to me in the pan, but on my eye it definitely looks like a pinky purpley color. So yeah, keep that in mind. If you're buying this for the neutral shades, they're not very neutral. Okay, now I'm gonna take the shade Aura, which is this deeper brownish looking color, another matte shade. I feel like this is also gonna come across as very purple on the eyes, so I'm just gonna start by tapping that in the outer corner just to deepen it up, and then we'll kind of go into some shimmers and play with some shadows that I have not used on my eyes yet. I actually don't think I've used any of these shadows on my eyes yet, so we're trying out the whole entire palette. The mattes are super blendable. I would say, again, looks pretty purpley, like plum. Like, these are like very plummy shades. I feel like that's a good descriptor. Not like you know, purple like in the rainbow, but very like plummy undertones. So they're pulling very cool and not so much brown, I would say. But these are super pigmented, very easy to blend, and I freaking love this palette. Every time I use it, I love that. I mean, I've only used it twice before this, but both times that I've used it, I loved the eye look that I created, and I just loved using the palette. I also think it's very aesthetically pleasing, so yeah, definitely one of my new favorite palettes. I love Huda's formulas, and it's just fantastic. I'm definitely going to be blending out these edges a little bit more at the end, so don't be scared by the way my eyes look right now. Okay, so let me swatch some of these like shimmery shades to see which ones I want to use. I think I definitely want to use Energized. Oh my gosh, that is such a pretty color. So is Quartz. So here are some of the shimmery shades. This one has a more of a pink look to it than I thought it would. This is Energized. I definitely want to use, or Energized. I want to use Energized. This one is Quartz. That pinky one is called Self Love. So I think we'll go with this middle shade, which is called Energized. I'm just gonna basically apply that all over the lid. It looks super metallic. I'm gonna try to use a brush since my nails are kind of long and it's hard to get in my inner corner. So let's see how this applies with a brush. This is the JH53 from Morphe. So I have some on my brush here. Let's apply it. Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh. This looks so metallic. This is like the prettiest like taupey color in the entire world. Do you see how metallic that is? That's insane. There's a little bit of fallout, but nothing crazy actually. I expected more. There is quite a bit of fallout from some of the shimmers in this palette, but I feel like this is a really good brush to apply her shimmery shades. So let's go ahead and apply it on this side. I love it. You don't need to build it up. It's literally so opaque and pigmented and shiny and beautiful. I'm gonna go back into the shade Radiate, which is the first shade that we used, and I'm going to use that to softly blend out the edges of the shadow, just to kind of, I don't know, blend it more. And then I'll probably go in with a clean brush and do the same thing just to make sure we have a nice gradient of shadow. I'm also going to kind of tap between this metallic shade and the matte to kind of blend that and make it look a little bit more seamless. Now I'm going to go in with a JH39, which is like a little smudgy brush, and I am going to go in with Gratitude, which is the second matte that we used. And I'm going to pop this on my lower lash line, just kind of smudging it out a little bit. I'll probably keep it towards the outer, like, 2/3 of my lower lash line. But so far, I am loving this eye look. It's so pretty. I love it so much. How many times am I going to say that I love this palette? I'm sorry. Now that we have the eyeshadow done, I'm going to go in with some highlighter. And for highlighter, I'm actually going to use this new palette from Natasha Denona. This is the Glam Face Palette. I have the light one. I actually filmed an entire dedicated review to this palette, and I loved it. I will have it linked down below if you guys want to see me use the entire palette. I used all 5 shadows. I used the blush, the highlighter. Definitely check out that video. This is a fantastic palette. So I'm gonna go in with this highlighter. This is called Star Glow. This highlighter is so beautiful. I'm just going to tap in with a tiny bit and apply it to my cheekbone. It is so intense. I literally barely tapped the brush into the highlight just to kind of go a little bit more subtle, but you can see how intense it is. I love this highlighter. Look at that glow. Like, compared to this side, oh my gosh, I'm obsessed. So I pretty much found my new favorite highlighter. It's in the Glam Face palette. I have seen a couple reviews of both palettes, so if you have like a deeper skin tone than I do, I would definitely check out the dark version of the palette, but this palette is freaking incredible. I love it so much. I love everything about it. I love the packaging, the products. It's great. It is a little bit pricey. I think it's like around $59, but if you can buy it on sale, now's the time to do it. I do believe it's sold out online at the moment, but I actually bought mine in store, so check like your in-store pickup or in-store availability if you're really interested in it, or you guys can wait for it to restock after the sale. I don't know if it'll restock during the sale. I don't think they normally do that with their products, but you never know, so keep checking the website. I'm gonna take a little bit more of that highlighter and pop it on my brow bone. I'm also gonna put a little bit on the inner corner as well. This is just such a perfect highlighter. I love it. All right, so next we're gonna try out the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray. This is something that has come so highly recommended to me. It's insane. I feel like this has to be the best setting spray in the world because of how many amazing reviews I've seen on it. So we're gonna try it out. It has a scent. I don't know if I like it or not. I don't know what the scent is, but it definitely smells like something. So let's spray some of this on. I heard that this will make my makeup last literally all day long. It looks really nice on the skin actually. I feel like it gave me a little bit of hydration, but it's not oily or like overly dewy, which is fantastic for me. It feels really nice. I like the sprayer on it as well. It is a pretty pricey setting spray. I think this was like $20, but they have a larger size. They also have like a double set, so you get 2 of these for I think $30 or something like that, $35. I don't know, there's some kind of value deal, so definitely check out the different options if you're gonna pick this up. But so far I feel like that definitely made an instant improvement in the way that my skin looked. I didn't know what I expected. I feel like my face looks so much less powdery now, like especially around my forehead. Like it looks more just like skin, so that's exciting. I'm gonna have to try it out and see like if it makes my makeup last a really long time, you know, how it looks throughout the day. So I'll definitely keep you updated with that. I'll use that in future videos as well. But so far so good. So for lips, I have a couple of different lip products that I picked up. I actually picked up 4 lip products in store. I've already tried the Laneige Lip Sleeping Mask. It's fantastic. It tastes like candy canes. It's so good. It's just like their other lip masks, so if you like this formula, I would highly recommend this flavor. It's so yummy. I also picked up these pillow balms from Too Faced. I can't wait to try these. I will swatch them, and I'll go ahead and lip swatch them. I don't know if they're gonna look good with this eye look, so I don't know what lip product I'm gonna end up choosing, but I'll swatch the ones that I have. So I have the watermelon shade, which is the pink one, and it looks like this. It's pretty light and natural, but definitely has some pigment. And then we have Cocoa Kiss, which is the more nude one. And then I also picked up this Charlotte Tilbury lipstick. This is in the shade Nude Romance. The packaging is freaking incredible. I am so obsessed with it. Hello, there we go. It's so beautiful. Oh. I thought I broke it for a second, but then I realized this is like a refillable lipstick. So yeah, it's refillable. Keep that in mind. So you can save the super cute external packaging, but this one is called Nude Romance. So let's go ahead and swatch this. That is so pretty. I feel like that's gonna look really good with this eye look, but we'll see. I'm gonna try the other ones on first. So here we have a Watermelon Kiss. All right, so this is my first time applying it. Oh my gosh, that smells and tastes so good. That is insane. It's like Glow Recipe watermelon, like Jolly Ranchers. That is so comfortable. It smells so good, and it's super natural. You could definitely wear these with or without makeup. That actually looks kind of cute. I like it with this eye look. Love the flavor so much. Now let's go ahead and try out Cocoa Kiss. I feel like it kind of has a tingly, like a minty cooling sensation, not like burning, but I feel like it kind of has like a cooling sensation to it. I could be like crazy. Oh wait, no, it's definitely starting to tingle. I wonder if this is lip plumping. This one smells like chocolate. Definitely more of a nude color, But again, so freaking pretty. I'm obsessed. I love these. I am so happy that I decided to pick these up. I may or may not have picked up a couple of other flavors as well. So, and I did that without even trying them on my lips. So that just shows how crazy I am. This is so pretty. I love it. All right, now let's try out the Charlotte Tilbury lipstick. I really hope that I like this color because it was expensive. Okay, yeah, no, this is not gonna work with this eye look. This is way too warm toned. The color is beautiful, but it's definitely way too warm toned for this particular eye look. It looks very like bricky, like burnt orange compared to the very cool like mauvey plummy gray eye. So let me find a different lip product that you can purchase at Sephora that will look a little bit better with the eye look. But I love Charlotte Tilbury's lipstick formula. Here is what the shade looks like on my skin tone. Here's it without the eyeshadow to, you know, not distract you. So this color is beautiful. The formula is fantastic. I love it. If you can find a color that you like in the Charlotte Tilbury formula, definitely check it out. I think this is the Kissing formula. Yeah, this is the Kissing formula. It's not the matte one though, because I definitely have a sheen. But it's so pretty. So let me go find something else really quick and I'll be right back. So 10 lipstick colors later, I think I finally decided on this one. This is Charlotte Tilbury in the shade Pillow Talk. I feel like everything is looking very warm toned on my lips compared to this eye look, but I think this is gonna work out fine. I'm gonna go in with some mascara. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk Push Up Lashes Mascara. I love this stuff so much. Mine is like almost done. Like this is probably the last time that I'm gonna be able to use it. So yeah, we have a lot of Charlotte Tilbury products in today's video, but I think that this is the last thing that I have to use for my makeup, and then I will come back, kind of give you final thoughts on my first impressions of the new products. And again, everything will be linked down below if you guys are interested in checking anything out. Okay, so I am back with an outfit change. I decided to bring back the Miss Paige Koren merch, which you guys can actually purchase if you would like. I will have the link down below in the description box. But anyway, I basically decided to change because I felt like my pink sweatshirt was just throwing the whole look off. It just wasn't vibing the way that I wanted it to. So I also decided to change my lip color for literally the 20th time. I grabbed like every single one of my Charlotte Tilbury lipsticks looking for one that wasn't like a peachy lip color. So I finally settled on a Huda Beauty lipstick actually. This one is called Board Meeting, and this isn't something that I would typically wear. It's a little bit like dark and kind of like, I don't know, it's kind of warm toned, but it's also kind of cool toned at the same time. I thought this was the best combo with the eye look that I could find as far as like stuff that you can purchase at Sephora. So this is something that I've had for a while, but I don't think I've ever actually worn like with a look. I've definitely tried it on, but I don't think that I've worn it with looks. We're doing something a little bit different today, a little bit more grungy, I feel like. But yeah, this is the finished look, and I think it turned out so cute. I don't know what I was like planning on, but I love this. I think it's the perfect like fall and wintry type look, and I think it's super fun, and it's crazy how different eye looks can look from the same palette, you know? Like I did literally like a super bright light lilac eye look. I did like blue and purple, and now we have a really pretty like cool toned, sorry if you guys can hear my upstairs neighbors, oh my goodness. We have a nice cool toned like plummy eye look as well. So I honestly loved everything that I tried today. My camera battery is about to die. Of course, we almost made it through this entire video without my camera battery dying, but I'm gonna go change it and I'll be right back. Okay, so I am back, and like I was saying, overall I loved everything that I tried today. So far I'm loving the setting spray. I can't say that this is my new holy grail yet, but I definitely will continue to try this out and update you guys on my thoughts after like wearing it throughout the day a few times. The Laneige Lip Sleeping Mask, definitely would recommend this if you like candy canes. That's exactly what this tastes and smells like. It's super hydrating for the lips. It's a lip sleeping mask, but I just use it as a lip balm and it works perfectly fine like that. That's actually how I prefer to use it. The Hangover Pillow Balms from Too Faced, 10 out of 10. I can already tell that I'm gonna love these, and like I mentioned, I may have already ordered a couple more shades without trying them. Other than swatching them, they smell so freaking good. I love the colors. I like that they're very light and you can almost like not see the color on your lips, but it just adds a little something. So I would definitely recommend those. I can't wait to try those out even more though. My Charlotte Tilbury lipstick I think is fantastic. It's quite obvious that I love Charlotte Tilbury lipsticks. I have literally so many of them. I think I even have a few more around my makeup room. So, you know, I think this color is really pretty. It's definitely a little bit deeper, probably a little bit more peachy than what I typically wear, but I think it's a beautiful color as well. And the shade, I mean, the packaging is so freaking cute. The Rose Quartz palette, 10 out of 10. Third time using it, I still feel the exact same way. I highly recommend this palette. You guys need it. Like, you literally need this palette. It is so good. Same with the Natasha Denona palette, you guys. This is freaking incredible. I feel so bad that it's sold out online. It's so good. Like, it's literally amazing. The eyeshadows are fantastic. The highlighter is fantastic. And the blush is super interesting. It's like a putty, like a drier kind of cream putty formula. It's actually really pigmented. It's very interesting, different from anything I've ever really used. I would say the most similar thing to it is the Maybelline Bouncy blushes that used to be a thing, but those are like long discontinued. But this is a freaking fantastic palette. And then the blush is actually still really, really pretty. I feel like it might have faded like the tiniest bit. Like, I feel like it's not quite as intense, but I also did put highlighter over it, so that tends to happen as well. But I can definitely still see blush prominently on my cheeks, and I really like the way that this applied. I love the color. I think there's 4 shades total, so 3 other ones besides this. I probably won't pick up any more of these because I think this is the only shade that really appealed to me. But there, you know, if you don't like this kind of peachy pink color, then definitely check out the other shades. I think it's super cute packaging and I love this. I just think this is the only shade from the range that I personally would wear, so I probably won't pick up any more, but I do love the formula and I think it looks beautiful on the cheeks. Everything else that I used today was not new and I have used and I do love, so I would definitely recommend anything else that you saw in today's video. I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, please don't forget to subscribe, give this video a thumbs up. Let me know what you plan on picking up during the Sephora sale. I have a couple more Sephora videos planned over the next week or so. I think the sale ends November 15th. So we still have quite a few days left. I love you all so much. I hope you have a wonderful day and I will see you in the next one. Bye.